New York. I got to stretch for this one, y'all. I got to stretch for this one. Welcome to New York. So, what's smoking all my dragons, divine righteous, almighty greats, overachieving, never slacking. Whew. Man, oh man. Man shot in head after altercation on Brooklyn subway station. Or subway train, I should say. Now, what made me want to react to this was, well, I've lived in NYC for a long time. About 7 to 10 years I was out there. Went through all type of stuff on the train. I done broke up fights on the train. I done seen people fight on the train. I done seen people throw stuff at people on the train. I done seen people spit on people at the train. I done seen people use the bathroom on their stuff or on their self at the train. I mean, I done seen it all on the train, right? With that being said, we're going to get into this. Let's do it.
Fight broke out on board an A train in Brooklyn just before the start of today's afternoon rush.
All right, this latest act of shocking subway violence coming just a week after Governor Hochul deployed the National Guard and state police into stations. Fox 5's Kendall Green live in downtown Brooklyn with the latest tonight. Kendall.
Hey, good evening, Steve Natasha. Police are calling the 36-year-old the aggressor and the victim after he displayed multiple weapons during a fight. And apparently that fight led to him being shot by his own gun.
Okay, see, right there, that's the worst thing. You being a aggressor and a victim, and you getting shot by your own gun. People just gotta practice humility. Is that the correct word? Is that the correct term? People gotta practice controlling their emotions. It's just not worth it. It's not worth it. I don't care how big and bad you think you are. Gotta control your emotions. I mean, this dude, they said you're the bully and the victim. You got shot with your own gun. Let's start there.
To police. A rush hour shooting in the subway. The latest example of violence leaving commuters horrified Thursday.
Two men were fighting and a guy in a yellow jacket shot the other guy and he just went down.
Police say the shooting happened around 4:45, just moments before a northbound A train pulled into the Skimmerhorn and Hoyt subway station in downtown Brooklyn. This witness was trapped on that train car just feet away from the shots.
A guy come in the train and he started arguing with another guy. All I know, they start fighting and he pulled out a gun and shot somebody.
Police say witnesses tell them the 36-year-old man who was shot was aggressive and provocative and confronted a 32-year-old man on the train.
The 36-year-old at one point displayed either a knife or a razor blade toward the 32-year-old.
Damn, so you're going to get charged if you're still living. You know, like that's... Man, it's just, I've dealt with so much people like that, here's the thing. When you in New York City, right, and you on them trains, you really got to train yourself to just, like, ignore a lot of things. I mean, I still pay attention, obviously, like, I look out for if I see young kids and all, like, I'm paying attention. But what I mean by that is there's a lot of people who just not in their right state of mind. A lot of people walking around with their chests out. A lot of people that just having a bad day that want to, bump you or want... You don't know who you're going to run into. Most of the time, those people actually cannot defend themselves like they think they can. It's usually based off of intimidation and pure ignorance, to be honest with you. Majority of the arguments you're going to hear is going to have something to do with some type of... they're just going to try to dismantle somebody verbally with racism and just calling them homosexual slurs. And I mean, the nastiest things are going to come out their mouth. But most of the time, they actually can't defend themselves like you would think. They're not as big, bad of a wolf as they perceive. So it's like you have situations where people who are being the aggressors, as stated in this clip, end up being the victim.
That triggered even more fighting between the men.
During this physical confrontation, that gun, we believe, was removed from the 36-year-old by the 32-year-old, and the 32-year-old fired multiple shots striking the 36-year-old.
Multiple police officers already at the station heard several gunshots. MTA officials clearly frustrated.
When you bring a gun on the train and you start a fight, it's not right.
Terrified commuters had to duck for...
Not only that, but it's self-defense. It's self-defense on a 32-year-old part.
Cover as those shots rang out.
People were anxious because there was nowhere to run. On one side were NYPD covering the stairs, and then the other side was the tunnel and the train tracks. So there was nowhere to go. People...
Man, I'm so happy to be out of NYC. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. I done seen people sleeping, like homeless people just sleeping at night on a train, right? And there'll be just rats just running up in their little blanket, and you just see stuff that's like, what is good with this Matrix? Right now, I'm actually gonna pull up clips, a little clip. I don't want to play too much of what actually went down at that train station or in that train, because to give you guys a better perspective, right? Here's a little visual.
Waste of resources.
So here's the guy being a bully.
Let me out!
Well, that's them screaming for help to get out.
There's babies on here.
What you trying to do?
So the guy in the black, he's the one screaming, "What you trying to do? What you trying to do? You're not trying to do nothing." And that's the guy that, got shot with his own gun. Let's start there. What is this? What is this? What is this? Let's start there. First off, let's start with this. Let's not fight. As men, like, I get it. As men, we're gonna fights happen and all that, but when we're out here, right, we should be protecting the community. If somebody makes us feel some type of way, we should have enough emotional control it doesn't always have to turn into violence. First off, that's number one. Avoid the violence. That's barbaric at this point. Like, let's just stop the barbaric mentality. There's no honor in fighting on the train. Like, what are we fighting about? It's probably over the smallest things. When I was in NYC, on them trains, and people would just get into it, it would literally be over the smallest things. Just people just bringing their anger and their frustrations from their day or their life, and just being ticked off by anything, right? And just not caring, not respecting other people. And more than likely, that's what all this stems from, right? Secondly, if you are going to defend yourself, why are your hands, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? What is this? What is this?
You trying to make me hit you first. What happened? You want to do it? There's something like that.
I'm not. Then you telling the man the SMD. For those that know what that means, don't know what that means. That's a very, very disrespectful saying. Inviting someone to your private parts. I mean, it's just. You were the bully, bro. You're telling him if he move, you're gonna beat him up. Then when he's standing up and you're like, you want me to hit you first. So it's like, what game are you playing at this point? What game are you playing at this point? Just stop. Stop. It's not worth it. It wasn't worth it. Because now you got, I don't know if you, like I said, I don't even know if he's living, but if he's surviving, he's not in good shape. It wasn't worth it. Then they're definitely going to charge you with the gun. I heard him saying this, that when I seen it the first time, I heard him say that he was already locked up, did like 13 years, right? 13 years and you got a gun? Yeah, you going right back. It wasn't worth it, brother. Then you were saying a lot of racist terms to him that I'm not even going to play right here, but just to give you what you were saying to him, like, I love my race, and yeah, I'm black, and or just, I don't know. You were just saying these things that were just like, I guess, prison mentality. So the problem with New York City is, in places like New York City, coming from experience, is you got all these different people around. You got people who are fresh off of Rikers Island, people who just got out from doing who knows how many years. Might have a Wall Street guy sitting right there, might have some kids selling candy sitting right there, another homeless person there, a nanny right there, some rich person from the Upper East Side right there. And you got all these people on the train together. And yes, it can get very dangerous because you got people who might have just be coming from parole, right? Or just got rejected from a job that they really might have needed, and they're pissed off. So one little thing, they're ready to go off on the whole world, right? And they're thinking, oh, I've been in prison, I've been around. That does not mean somebody cannot kick your butt out here, brother. That does not mean that some average person, citizen that just wants peace, that don't mean that they may not be well trained and know how to dismantle you. It's not worth it. We got to chill with this ego, man. And that's all this was ego. Somebody who was frustrated and wanted to just black out, just had all this pent up energy. And look what it turned into. Now you're on the news. From March 14th is when this happened? But March 15th, you on the news now. Everybody getting ready to celebrate St. Patrick's Day. Here you go. You know what I'm saying? You got bullets all over. You're going to go back to prison if you survive. Because it was self-defense on the other guy's part. You're on video saying all type of stuff. Come on, man. So my advice to anybody who's out in New York City, from someone who's been there, right? Lived there for a long time. I'm talking from 2 trains, the 2 trains up to the Bronx, right? 4 trains up in the Bronx, but you threw all Mount Eden for them, all that good stuff. 6 trains, all the trains where people want to be fighting. I'm from, yeah, I've been there. Do your best to just mind your business and just go about your way, man. And when you see stuff like this happen, immediately try to go to the next cart, right? And just get out the way. Because, see, a lot of people problem is, too, they be wanting to watch low-key. And I ain't gonna lie, yeah, sometimes you might have had the bored day, this, whatever. You got the fight live right in front of you, but it's not the best thing in the world, because once a gun gets drawn or something and you're right there, then you could be a victim. So it's best to just get out the way immediately, right? Just remove yourself from that energy immediately. You don't know what anyone's capable of. I don't care if they're small, tall, short, big, fat, white, so-called black, so-called this, Latino. You don't know what anyone's capable of. Just mind your business and try not to get caught up in the verbal stuff and all that. Just keep going, right? It's not worth it. With that being said, original link in the description. Now we'll see you all soon. Much love. Be safe out there.